What's up guys, updated poster. Tonight I'm going to be working on another install video. I'm going to be focusing on the steering wheel. As you can see, it's an OEM steering wheel, and I went ahead and bought an aftermarket carbon fiber one with a red ring in the middle. Hopefully this step-by-step video is informative enough for you to feel confident to do it on your own too. Stay tuned. Now the first step is going to be go ahead and pop your hood and disconnect the battery because you are working with the airbag and you don't want to deploy that during the process. Once you disconnect the battery, you're going to access the 3 holes behind the steering wheel, one on each side in the bottom. You're going to insert a flathead screwdriver to release the tension on the springs to release the airbag. Alright, once all the tension is released, you should be able to grab the airbag and go ahead and lean it forward. You'll access 3 wires, the gray one, the orange and black tabbed one. And as you see closely, you can see an opening where you can stick a flathead and pop them upwards. Once they're popped upwards, the latch is released. You can go ahead and remove them as you would any wire. Here's a visual reference of what it looks like when you lift the tab up to release the lock that holds the wiring harness in. Once you disconnect those 3 wires, go ahead and also disconnect this harness up here for your clock spring and keep it up away. Once you disconnect the airbag, you should be able to put this aside and go ahead and access the 17mm bolt in the center. Next step is very important in terms of alignment, so go ahead and connect your battery again temporarily and move your wheel to the point where it gets locked and stays in place. Now keep this position in mind so that when you put the new steering wheel, it's exactly the way the OEM one was, just so that everything is aligned the way it was before. Once you loosen the nut, loosen it as so up until the edge, but not all the way, so that when you pop the steering wheel off, you don't hit yourself in the face. So let's go ahead and do that step next. You can see my wheel is now loose. I'm going to go ahead and remove the nut and move on to the next step. Now that we have the steering wheel removed, we're going to go ahead and work on transferring everything from here onto the new steering wheel. First, we're going to go ahead and remove this Phillips screw and then disconnect that white harness. Once you do that, you're going to turn it around and push this clip out. You should be able to pry this back piece off with your fingers and then go ahead to the front and remove the wiring harness that is being held on by the back piece over there. Now that the back piece is removed, go ahead and flip it back around and access 3 Phillips screws, one right here, here, and here. Go ahead and take all those off so you can remove the controls and transfer them over. Once you remove the controls, go ahead and flip the wheel around and make sure you remove these clips, the 3 in the back that hold the airbag. You're going to need to transfer that over. It is very important. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and lift it up on each end and then slide them out. Now that you have the clips in, go ahead and put the covers back on and do everything we just did in reverse to put the wheel back together so we can get it back in the car. Once you finish transferring everything over to the wheel, this is what it should look like. This is the time you want to double check all your screws and your tabs and your harnesses to make sure everything's put together. And then the next step is putting it on the car. Now that everything is back together, go ahead and make sure you get every single click back into place. Now let's look at the reveal. Wow, that looks great, but I'm missing something. Now that's more like it. Alright guys, so this is what the final product looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed the informative step-by-step install video, and if you guys have any questions or feedback, it is always welcome. But until next time, Extreme out.